hackers will do during a security test is information gathering. It all starts with intelligence gathering, right? So one of the very first things we look for is any information leaks. Now, information leaks are everywhere, and I'll show you some right now. But unprotected and unsafe data being on the web is really rampant out there. Data leakage filled the headlines in 2008 as corporations and the government was known to leak a lot of information. I'm sure you guys know about some of the news that took place there, from social security numbers to all kinds of different things that have taken place in 2008. The other thing I want you to note too, going back here for a second, 30%, the other thing is, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but go to eBay and search for used hard drives. And you will notice that used hard drives are more expensive than new hard drives because they still have data on them. So you can do forensics on those hard drives and find all kinds of interesting stuff. And in eBay, you'll even find hard drives that say, you know, hard drive from an ex-sales executive at IBM. How useful will that be? So, you know, you got to watch out for that. Data leaks, do they cost money? That's a question. Here's some examples of how they cost money. August of 2008, U.S. authorities charged 11 men. You guys all know about this one. In fact, this came straight from my side of the world, Miami. I could tell you all the details that you haven't seen in the news as to how that took place. The TJ Maxx hack. Dun, dun, dun. It's not 40 million. It's over 140 million credit cards were stolen by that group from Miami. Not one. And it is a much bigger network than you guys can possibly imagine. The point is another thing, according to the Secret Service, Department of Justice, war-driving gang installed malicious programs and then sold information to other criminals in the U.S. and Eastern Europe, mostly Russia. Tens of thousands of dollars were illegally withdrawn from ATMs and forged cards. Another hack that you guys didn't see much about in the news was still a group that we don't have any clue to as who they are. Were able to pull off pretty much the most amazing scam I've ever seen. They pulled out something like $5 to $10 million in cash at the same time from 15 to 20 ATMs around the world. All synchronized. Within an hour or 2 hours, 15, 20 people went to ATMs, somehow increased the daily spending limit of these cards so that you could draw out as much as you could, drew out all this cash, and nobody has any clue as to who they are. Pretty big scam. Another interesting example here, in an incident with the British Home Office, they confirmed that a USB memory stick, and we use these within our government as well, containing the unencrypted personal details of more than 130,000 convicted criminals had gone missing. The information included names, addresses, date of birth, and in some instances, prisoners' release dates and some other stuff. The USB stick was then used by an external contractor. Well, this cost that contractor a $1.5 million contract. So does it cost money to have data leaks? Obviously, it cost these guys a £1.5 million contract. And that's just one example. The other thing that they're still dealing with because of this is that some of these convicted criminals may be suing them for privacy violations. So, yeah, it could cost money. All right, used hardware, I mentioned this, about the ability to get confidential information from recoverable media, or recovered from media. The other, we're still talking about data leaks, and I'm going to jump back up here. I don't know if I could, where's the laptop this is actually being displayed from? Yours? All right, so could you, do you have internet access over there? All right, so put this down for a minute and bring up Google, if you would. All right, cool. All right, and in the search field, I want you to put in site, S-I-T-E, colon, two periods. And then the colon, there you go, gov, G-O-V. Space, file type. No, just gov, space, file type, all one word. Yep. Colon, doc, DOC. No doc, no, you don't have to put a doc, just doc by itself. And then space, what's that word? Classified. There you go. What's that? 2 S's. Is that right? All right. Now hit search. I want you to note how many results came back from Google. 27,100 results. What this search did here, these are called Google dorks or Google operators, is they allow us to do all kinds of interesting things. This is also referred to as Google hacking. And, hang on. All right, so 27,100 documents. Now, by documents, I mean Word documents. All right, these are not web pages. These are Word documents that are sitting at a government or a .gov site. All right, now if you notice, every single one of those is a Word doc. It's not a web page. Now, the reason this is of interest is most of you don't know, most people don't realize, that Microsoft Word and pretty much all other Office products, so PowerPoint and Excel as well, they have something called revision history. And the purpose of that is for you to be able to undo, so that it remembers what you did, for the ability to undo. Well, even though once we get done with the document and we quit, you can't undo anymore when you open it back up, right? Well, all of that history is still in the document. And a good example for us to try this is, go back home and open up a big Word document, some contract. It's 3 megs in size. Select all, delete everything, save it as a different name, and it's still the same size. It's not 4K, it's still 3 megs. Because all of its revision history is in there. So an attacker could go through 27,100 documents that the government is, again, this is not illegal at all to do, because they are out there. Now first, do you think that among 27,100 Word documents, one actually might be a classified document? Probably. Now this search here is not only saying search through government websites for Word documents, it's also saying search all Word documents for the word classified in them. Okay, so that's why there's 27,000 Word docs with the word classified in the document. Now, if you would change that gov to mil, and now we're searching through military websites. Now, even in the first page of Google, look at the very first one right there, Classified Processing Compliance Review. All right, even that document right there, yeah, you go ahead, perfect. Too many L's. Even that first document that you saw up there would still be used by an attacker because it could tell an attacker how you deal with classified information, which is just one step closer to getting to the classified information itself. So here, we're doing the same thing, and obviously the word classified is not the right word.